Hello everyone, welcome back to another speed build on this channel. I wanted to try the 5x5 challenge, but because I'm a loser, I wanted to make it a two-story 5x5 challenge, because I kind of wanted it to be, not kind of, I did want it to be a family home. I wanted it to be for a single mom with two kids, and they're probably both girls based on how I furnished it, but like that's, you know, why put a gender on colors? So it could be a single mom or a single dad, speaking of not gendering things. It's just a single parent with two kids of whatever gender you want. But so I wanted to do a 5x5 challenge because I wanted to be challenged to make something really tiny, but I also didn't want to be constricted to just the one story, and I also feel like you kind of can't really make a cute house that's only one story. I mean, that's that small and only one story. Maybe it's possible, but I personally couldn't see myself doing it. I'll probably do it eventually, just because I kind of feel like a weenie for like wimping out of doing a legit 5x5 challenge and adding the second story, but it honestly was just as difficult because you have to put in a bed for both kids, and you have to put in, if you're gonna have a toddler, you need to have a potty, and the shower has to be a shower. It can't, a bathtub. It can't just be a shower. So you have to have a shower tub combo because you can't bathe a toddler in a shower, which I wish that was a thing, because my mom, like, when I was a baby, used to, take me, and this is a thing that moms do. They take their children into the shower with them, like, when they're little, and, like, just bathe them in the water. Like, my mom did that with me and my siblings when we were, like, babies all the time. Like, once we were old enough to not be scared of running water. Like, probably, like, beyond the age of 1. So, like, I feel like that's something that they should have come out with by now. Like, you just, like, you pick up your toddler and you spin and become the little, pixels, both of you. They become naked pixel Sims, and then they just both get in the shower and both their hygiene goes up, which I wish was a thing. Maybe it's a mod. Maybe there's a mod for that. I'll have to look at that up. But anyway, as of when I built this, that wasn't a thing. So you had to have a shower tub combo, which takes up a lot, like 2 tiles when you only have 5x5 tiles on 2 floors. So altogether you have, like, what is that, 50 tiles? 2 tiles is a lot, and you don't, 50 tiles sounds like a lot, but, 2 tiles taking up that much space is a lot. I also kept trying to use the L-shaped stairs, because I saw in Lil Simsy's video that it worked, because she did a 2-story 5x5 challenge, which is actually what I was inspired by. I didn't come up with this original idea, but hers was only for, was for 1 sim. I made my 2-story 5x5 challenge for 3 sims. Thank you very much. So, that's good. But she put her kitchen, like, underneath an L-shaped staircase, which I thought was really cool. But I didn't want to copy her that much, so I kind of just didn't. I just had a very violent coughing fit. I'm lucky that you guys don't have to hear that, because, wow, editing videos is so important. Ooh, that was a lot. I had to stop and get water. Ooh. Anyway, so yeah, I needed 3 beds, and there wasn't room for a double bed, unfortunately, but I needed 3 beds, and you gotta get toys, and, because you can't just, have your kids just, oh, look, I'm play testing to see if I could have a single tile bathroom, and it just wasn't possible. But I play tested all of that because I wanted to see if you can get to the potty and the toilet by having just a 2x1 bathroom. So I actually ended up separating the bathroom. So on the first floor is the toilet and the potty, and they're just gonna have to use the bathroom sink to wash their hands, which I don't think is the most heinous thing ever. And then the shower tub combo is upstairs in a 4x4, no, not 4x4, in a 2x2 bathroom, but it's just the shower, and there's only room for the shower. So I had to do that because I couldn't fit them all in one room and have it feasibly work in, because any single bathroom where you fit a shower tub combo that's 2 tiles and a toilet and a potty and a sink, it would have just been way too big, and there would not have been room for all 3 beds that I needed. So I just split it up, and I've never really seen anybody do that before. Also, this was my first time using a lot of the Parenthood stuff, because I got Parenthood over the Thanksgiving break for Black Friday. which is when I built this. I built this over Thanksgiving break, but as you know, or maybe you don't know, but if you know me, you know that I procrastinate doing voiceovers. I love to build, and I love to record myself building. Well, I mean, obviously, I love to build, and it's just like, I might as well just record this because I don't have anything else, like, better to, like, what else am I gonna do with the build? Like, you guys might as well see it, like, I might as well make a video out of it, because building is cathartic for me. I've said this before a million times. I love building. It's very cathartic. It gives me something creative to do when I'm feeling anxious, and I don't have to, because I love recording at Let's Plays too, like, that's also really fun for me, but it's not as much of a release from anxiety, because I kind of have to be on and, like, in a character, not that I'm not being myself, but you know what, you have to be, like, on. So, but building in The Sims, when I'm not with, like, aside from doing the voiceover, is just me staring at the screen and using my creativity in a positive way. And so I just like doing that. But the result is that I have a lot of unedited footage and unvoiced over footage of me building that I just procrastinate doing the voiceover, because you guys, my Let's Plays are obviously more popular, and to be fair, it's my Sims 3 Let's Plays that are more popular than anything else. Like, the Victorian Servitude Challenge is my most watched challenge. Those are all of my most watched videos, so I try to prioritize filming those because I know they're the most popular, and I know that's what you guys, like, wait for. Like, I feel like every time I upload anything that's not Victorian Servitude, everyone's kind of like, oh, well, I'm not gonna go watch that, but I do have a couple of loyal people that watch all the content I put out, to which I am very appreciative. I love you all very much, and, like, I love the people that only watch Victorian Servitude, too. Like, I don't blame them. Like, I don't watch every video that every creator puts out, just because you just have different preferences, but I don't want to not make content that I enjoy just because it doesn't get as much views. Also, very unfortunate, I could not fit this double bed, or I mean, like, it just didn't look good. Like, there was just not enough floor space to just, and, like, you couldn't, the way that it was working out, you couldn't get in on the other side anyway, so it was just going to be a single mom either way. But anyway, so I have all this footage that just lays around in my computer. And then I procrastinate doing the voiceover because I want to prioritize filming Let's Plays when I'm alone in my apartment and wouldn't be weird to be talking to myself, or when I have the time. But then I'm just like, well, when am I going to show them the speed build that I'm really happy with and proud of? And, like, I actually am really happy with this one. Like, look at how cute the downstairs is. Like, all the Parenthood toys and, like, the Parenthood clutter is, like, really, really cute. And, like, it looks really cute in this little house because it's just, like, it's cute, it's small, it's crammed, it's messy. I honestly love the little nook with the TV against the little bathroom wall down there. And the kitchen's so cute. I love the backsplashes that come with Parenthood. I love the tiles and everything, and, like, just all the, like, the plates with the, like, the handprint art on it is just so cute, okay? And all the rugs are really cute. Parenthood's a really good pack. And, like, I always, like, people always said, like, oh, if you're gonna get a stuff pack, get Parenthood. I mean, a game pack, get Parenthood. And I was like, really? Yeah. But, like, they were right. Like, Parenthood's a really nice pack. But I also didn't have room for dressers in the upstairs, which is also unfortunate because, like, where are you going to put your stuff? Because, like, you don't need a dresser for functionality in The Sims. Like, you don't, like, it's not, like, it's a fully functional house without a dresser, but it's not a fully functional, realistic house. So I wanted to make sure that I had some place to store things, which is why I've got lots of robes, like the bathrobe object. But it wasn't, in some cases, it's not just a bathrobe. Like, I imagine it's, like, it could be someone's sweatshirt or someone's cardigan or something, which is why I've got a bunch of different color bathrobes hanging up. And I'm sorry, I say a lot. I've been editing them out of my Let's Plays a lot. I've been doing more heavy editing on my Let's Plays, but I can't be bothered to edit vocal footage on a voiceover for speed build, so I'm sorry that I sound dumb all the time. But oh my god, I can't talk. I wanted to definitely show that, like, they have to put their stuff somewhere. So I picked the beds. You can see they have drawers, like, on the furniture of the bed, which is really cute. My brothers, they share a bedroom, so they have bunk beds, and they have, like, a trundle drawer. They call them a trundle drawer, so that they put some of their clothes and, like, some spare blankets in and stuff. So I definitely wanted to use that because the kid can put stuff in there. And I also have some toys on the shelves, and you can see there's folded shirts, and that's supposed to be a towel, that object. But I also was like, oh, it could be just, like, another shirt, but that doesn't have a collar. And then I totally forgot about this object with the hanging stuff, the literal sweatshirts and shirts, and then there's shelves of boxes on top of it too. And if you size them down, they look like kids' shirts, which is exactly what I did. And so I think it kind of makes up for the fact that I couldn't fit a dresser by just kind of cramming stuff against the wall. And shelf space is kind of really important in a house this small. And I like that I put the little fairy lights underneath for the little kid. And that's another thing that I really like with this pack. I really like the fairy lights. I really like that night light. It's super cute. So, oh God, I'm running myself ragged talking this fast. I always do this to myself. This is one of my shorter builds, even though it still took me forever because I can't make decisions. And it actually took me a really long time to raise all of this stuff up onto the shelves. Because you have to resize, and once you resize, putting things up with the 9 key, as soon as you like make it smaller or bigger, it kind of screws up the alignment of its height. It's complex. It's very annoying. So you have to place things very cleverly so that it doesn't you can see those shirts, like, look at, they're floating on top of each other. It's really annoying. So you have to be very precise about where you put stuff. But I just love this cute little parenthood stuff, and like all the child art. And this is totally a house where there would be just tons of little kid art because it's so tiny. And like, if you're living in a house this small, your house is like, you don't have that much money, so you're not going to spend a ton of money on decor. So I feel like a lot of the stuff that this mom or this dad, this single parent puts out, oh look, I put a toothbrush in the kitchen sink because they don't have any other sinks. It's so unfortunate. Can you imagine brushing your teeth in the sink with your dishes? Although I guess like they can make it a rule that like there's no dirty dishes in the sink. Like we have to do our dishes at least by the end of the day so that we're not spitting into our dishes. So I bet this mom's got it all figured out, or dad or whoever. But so I feel like a lot of their decor is going to be their kids' art because they're not going to be able to afford like super fancy stuff, you know what I mean? But I really like the idea of them brushing their teeth in the kitchen sink. Oh, it's because I couldn't fit a bathroom sink anywhere. It just wasn't going to work. If I was going to have 3 Sims, and even having one of them be a toddler, it's not really, like, obviously the toddler's a person, so I can't really say, like, oh, it's like there's not even a 3rd Sim, because it is a 3rd Sim. It will eventually grow into a bigger Sim, but it takes up a whole less tile. It fits in that nook, honestly, perfectly, and the railing is high enough that the toddler won't, like, roll down the stairs in its sleep, which would just be really tragic, but I made sure that didn't happen. I end up putting a window there again. I love the wall decals. That's actually from Seasons, those little buddies. I use a lot of things from Seasons, actually. I don't know if you saw, I put greeting cards, like holiday. I put Valentine's Day ones down on the kitchen counter. Those are some awards, like, their kids are very accomplished. So they wanted to, again, there's not much decor, so you might as well just put up the little ribbons that your kid wins. And I put like some flowery spring ones on the parents' nightstand, because again, it looks like kids' artwork, and I just thought that was really cute. And I realized during this build that I didn't have very many windows on anything but the front, so I kind of went in and fixed that. And I put little window boxes of flowers, because I think that adds to the cuteness of the build. I love the shade of blue this house is. This is kind of like my dream house. Not the house. I like the color of the house, like the color scheme. I love like this shade of blue and white. My mom loves that too. We live in a white house with blue accents, but she's always wanted a blue house with white accents. She's always wanted to repaint it, but we've never gotten around to it. So the inside of the house is pretty much done, and by pretty much I mean it is done. I don't think I pop in there again ever, actually. But we're just about coming to the end. I'm just I'm just landscaping the outside, which I didn't count the outside as part of the 5x5 stuff. Like, I put some stuff outside. I put furniture outside. I didn't count the porch as part of the 5x5. I didn't count any of the lawn stuff or any of the outdoor, like I put a kiddie pool and like a little slide, or not a slide, they don't have slides, a freaking the swing. No, there's no swings either. Or did a swing come with Seasons? I don't know. I've built this thing so long ago, I legitimately don't remember what I put in it. But I thought the landscaping was really cute. And I put a lot of cute activities in the back. The backyard's actually really cute. You'll see when we get there. But anyway, be sure to stay tuned for the screenshots that are coming. And while I'm here, before I forget, I just wanted to give a shout out to my one and only patron on Patreon, Lynn B. Love that girl so much. Such a sweetheart. she's still my only patron, so like go ahead and check me out on Patreon if you want. Don't have to, obviously, no shade if you don't. Like I don't care, like whatever. It's just a fun community, and right now it's only 2 people, so like, go ahead and join if you want to, of course. But yeah, shout out Lynn B, love you. Oh, look, here's the little backyard. It's so cute, it's got a little deck area, but without like an actual raised deck because I couldn't get there to be a back door because that would be a whole like 4 tiles I'd have to take up on the inside that I don't have room for. Some outdoor seating, a little grill, and the lights. I love those lights that came with Parenthood, or maybe those are from Seasons actually, and they are perfect for this little setting. Like I imagine the kids made the lanterns like out of like little like McDonald's bags that they like painted over or something. I don't know. I just think that's really cute. And I've got a water balloon bucket that I put next to the garbage can and like the little kiddie pool. And it's just a really cute place to have a little family. And hopefully maybe someday they can save up for a bigger place and, the single parent can get another spouse or not, or have more kids or whatever you want, or a pet if you have cats and dogs, which I do not. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe if you haven't already. The build is on the gallery if you want. My origin ID is SimmerRoseYT. And yeah, this is Simmer Rose. Have a great day, you guys.